Hey. All right, you guys, welcome back. This is going to be today's topic video. It is going to be for the 11th. And full disclosure, I already did one of these and it is still processing. I have got to make shorter videos, but I seem to get so verbose sometimes. So anyway, the alternate version, because that's what it's going to have to be, is still processing and will be until sometime later tomorrow. So I will release that alternate version as soon as I can. But in the meantime, let's do a totally different message and see what we get. All right. So it says, not my circus, not my monkeys. Card number 15. Simply put, someone says, whatever is going on, I need to step back from it and just recognize, like, I don't need to get emotionally invested in something that either my emotions won't have any bearing on, or I don't have a responsibility to fix this or solve this problem for anybody else. That is their thing to deal with. And, I would say that that's a maybe a mature or even a responsible reaction to have, like to be able to say, now wait a minute, not everything should be on my plate to cope with, to solve, to fix. Because if somebody keeps rushing in to help people out, even though it's wonderful to be helpful, the individual who maybe made the mess won't get the experience on how to clean it up or how to make better choices if someone keeps running and being their hero and fixing it for them. So right now, I'm going to say that we have a divine masculine who is learning how to step back from drama in order to turn their attention. Maybe this has been a lifetime lesson for them and it's clicking. 3 of Cups. Could be that someone tended to get involved in, I don't know why I see this as like a bunch of sisters or feminines or, sisters, mothers, like a gaggle of individuals. Doesn't have to be women, but they don't want to deal with like a party of people that are seemingly having a good time, but they're just like, yeah, I'm not a part of that crowd. And I don't, 7 of Swords. Okay, so it's a crowd of lies. Hi, Andrea. So nice to see you, sweetheart. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. You have such great energy. This 7 of Swords, by contrast, this is not great energy. It doesn't have to be a divine masculine, but I just go with what we see on the cards first. Remember, I don't read for genders, so I only use titles like this to help us to keep the characters straight in the storyline, but it could be any gender. But I'm going to say a divine masculine has said, I do not have any intention of dealing with a bunch of vipers, people that are full of lies. They're deceptive. They act sweet to each other's faces. This could be like infighting in a family, and it's like, I do not want to keep getting involved in this, being the person who seems to be the go-between or the mediator for a bunch of people that smile in each other's faces, but it's lies, and drama. Doesn't have to be like lies and drama amongst women, but it kind of looks like they all look related to me. They all look the same. That's why I went with sisters first. Sisters, brothers, doesn't matter. But it almost looks like somebody goes, I am not dealing with this. Maybe they decide this on the 15th of this month. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not getting involved. We have got a 6 of Wands in the reverse, and we got the High Priestess. And it's like, because no matter what, you know what? I'm not going to make any of them happy. None of them are going to like me better for trying to help out or mediate things. Because in reality, if I tell them the truth, I'll say, well, you all deserve each other because you're full of lies anyway. So you kids go play together in a sandbox and continue on making drama. I want none of it. Because even if I did try to help you out, I already intuitively know there's not going to be success, and you're not going to like me better for my trying to give assistance. So we have someone who is pulling their energy back, saying, I'm not going to deal with chaotic people anymore. Whether it's sisters or siblings or, whomever, it doesn't matter. I'm not dealing with dramatic people anymore. 5 of Wands. And they know that these dramatic people are still going to try to dump their stuff on this divine masculine and say, no, you should get invested in this. You should care about this. Let's argue. Let's fight. And they're like, that's all it is just a continued argument and fighting. You notice how every wand has a hand holding on to it. This is that circle. It's like I'm picturing right now, if you've ever seen like two cats or even like two koala bears fight, they like do cartwheels and it's just rolling tufts of fur and stuff. And I feel like that's the best way to describe that Five of Wands. I think that this masculine knows, even if I refuse to engage, I'm still somehow going to get, rolled up in this tufts of fur flying everywhere. But Five of Swords, but I'm going to put up a boundary. I'm going to change things. I really don't want them calling me anymore anyway. I really don't want to get involved in this. We have a King of Wands in the reverse, and we have a Seven of Cups in the reverse. It's interesting. This is a strange story. I've never had one like this. This divine masculine says, I know that they're going to say, oh, you're rude, you don't care. And they're not exactly wrong. I don't care at this point. I'm not confused about why I'm doing this, because I don't care to get invested in this madness anymore. And if I'm going to displease other people, maybe I'm going to displease Big Papa. Maybe Big Papa's part of the problem too. Maybe it is, or maybe it's me being selfish, saying, I just know that I don't want to get invested in this anymore. No matter what, me putting up a boundary is going to make other people think that it's not nice. And then they're going to turn toward me and be more angry at me and call me, selfish. But I don't really care, because maybe it is selfish, but I don't want to invest in other people's drama. I think this is like a lesson of a lifetime for this character. And I think that I almost feel like that's a rite of passage at some point. Anyone who's ever dealt with high drama people, at some point pulling back and saying, I'm not dealing with you guys anymore. All of you, none of you. I don't want to deal with any of you. And they all get ticked off like, well, how selfish are you? How rude is that? You're supposed to have my back. And they're like, it doesn't matter. Maybe it is selfish to want peace and calm in my life and to not get dragged into drama. But I accept the fact that you won't like that. I feel like this person is really putting their foot down for all the right reasons. And, when someone who wants drama can't get someone else to engage in it and they get really frustrated, of course, then they kind of like point the finger and be like, well, this is what's wrong with you. I wanted you to fight and be in drama with me and you just won't do it. I can't get a reaction out of you. So now I'm mad at you. It kind of feels like that. This very much feels like sibling infighting to me. Everybody wants somebody to take somebody's side. And if they don't, then it's like, how could you? This feels like a tempest in a teacup that really needed to be squashed. We have the World card in the reverse and the Fool card upright. This is one of those examples of the only thing that stays the same is that everything changes, or saying like the one thing that I can count on is that they're not going to change. And so I have to, like this, I knew this day would come where I was going to need to break away, go off on my own merry way, because they're not going to get their stuff worked out because they thrive on drama. World card in the reverse, no new beginnings. Fool card upright, total new beginning. One person is pairing off away from the group. The drama group stays drama. They go their own direction. Leap of faith in a new direction. What prompted this? Queen of Coins. I gotta say, this is interesting. I wonder if this divine masculine suddenly had this epiphany moment where they said, I have been allowing myself to get sucked into, whether it's family drama or whether it's friend drama or business drama or whatever it was drama. I've allowed myself to get sucked into a den of vipers and their drama to an extent where I was ignoring possibly my own relationship that I could have with a loving, stable, grounded individual. I was putting my own life, my love, my potential. I feel like these two are supposed to be a matched pair. Maybe they're in love with doesn't have to be a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but if the turning point was they either met someone who is the exact opposite of all of the infighting and the drama that they'd been accustomed to, and it finally woke them up and they thought, why am I letting myself getting sucked into drama instead of paying attention to this amazing Queen of Pentacles who's stable, who's grounded, who is no drama, who is straightforward, and who I could actually invest in. So they're going off to have a new life. And it seems like they are, tell me about that Queen of Coins. Seems like they're headed toward a Queen of Coins. This is a person they want to marry. They want to be an emperor and start a new life with someone that they can rely on, they can trust, they can build a foundation with. Tell me briefly, though, so that I can see if I'm correct in how I'm interpreting this. What was all that infighting and drama doing, as far as like what was the impact that it was creating for them being able to be an emperor with that queen? I want to see how was that infighting and drama impacting them. Three of Wands, it kept pushing it to where it's like, someday on down the road, I can, someday I'll be able to live my own life, and I'll be able to, get married to the person that I want to get married to, and, be in a relationship and give to the person that I want to give to. Someday. This is always in the future. Someday when this drama ends, I'll finally be able to be with the person that I want to be with. They finally had this epiphany. The drama will never end, because when some people want drama, they devote their whole lives to it. The only way to finally close out a drama cycle is to literally walk away from it and refuse to engage. I would say, even though these are all fictional stories, I would say that is what I have discovered to be true in life. If you don't want to do drama, stay away from it. Stay away from the people who bring drama. You can't don't have a cup of tea with them, because they're just going to pump you for information and gossip, and pretty soon they rush back with other information back and forth. Like, the less drama people touch one's life, the calmer one's life can be. But if you let them in even a little bit, you're going to get touched by whatever chaos they bring. I think that's what this character figured out, at least from what we're seeing. I can make sense of it because that's actually what I've experienced myself. That's kind of how I see things. Doesn't mean I'm right. It's just, as a storyteller, I could see that, like, to keep one's life calm, stay away from the drama creators. That's what the big message is here. This person learned it. They thought they could, like, in time, the drama would settle, until they finally realized it'll never settle. They just needed to walk away. They needed to put up a strong boundary. Natalie, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. You are so kind. Thank you for that generous donation. You're so awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you guys are here tonight. All right. So at this point in time, they are going toward, or they have every intention of becoming an emperor to a Queen of Pentacles. But in the time that they've been dealing with the drama, what has happened between them and the Queen of Pentacles? Seven of Coins. A bunch of time has passed. Way too much time. But growth has occurred as well. It's time to harvest something. What else? Four of Coins is sideways. So she grew and they didn't. They're becoming aware of that. They held back, and the more they held back from just simply taking charge, being an emperor, going toward that queen that they wanted to be with, her life continued to blossom and grow, and their life was stagnant. Eight of Wands, King of Coins. They what they were stagnant about was communicating. They should have been building, the word faith is in my mind. They should have been building faith, trust, belief in one another. They should have been communicating with her. They held back a lot, it looks like, with that Four of Coins sideways. She blossomed and grew. They held back. They held back in all the dialogue that would have got them on the same page with her. So at this point, although they want to come and be the emperor to her, what does that mean? What's going to happen here? Two of Wands. It's anybody's game, as they would say. Things could go either path. It's going to be up to her to choose. Doesn't matter that they want to be with her now and they want to be fully invested in blah, blah, blah. It's the ball, literally, the ball is in her hands, her court. Does she want them? Because this person was busy dilly-dallying with a little den of vipers that were lies and drama. And they didn't invest in a personal relationship with someone that they wanted to be with. They allowed drama to derail them, sidetrack them from her. And now that they want to come in and they want to devote themselves 10,000%, they want to marry her, they want to be the strong, powerful individual who's in charge of their life in her eyes. Unfortunately, so much time has passed where her life has blossomed and grown. They didn't invest, they didn't communicate. They now know she holds all the power. Will she take me back? Which road will she take? Has she already taken a different road? Is there someone else? 6 of Swords is in the reverse. 2 of Swords is in the reverse. Well, we have some very definitive conversation coming up. Swords to me are thoughts and communication. This is the train wreck that they left behind when they turned their attention toward all the drama. Whatever hurt they caused her, whatever the chaos was that they allowed to now touch their relationship with her, that chaos has just sat there festering. So there has been no moving on into calmer waters. This is like, it could have been 7 years, 7 months. If they're coming back into her life, she has the same opinion of them that she had the day that they turned their attention to all that drama that was in their lives instead of building with her. That's where they left her, left this connection, and that's where the connection is. So there is no time or distance that heals all things and changes everything. This is like, here's all I know about you. You dealt with drama. That's all I know about you. And from her eyes, that's all they are. And she's clear on that. Now, she's not blocking this. And Deborah, thank you so much. Hi, Peter. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Deborah, that's such a beautiful and very generous donation. Thank you, sweetheart. So she sees this as, I didn't move on from this, but all the mess that we had is still right there. Strangely, apparently she still says, but I thought I was supposed to have married you. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because this is like, what? Hi, you're the person who was dealing with the drama and you basically didn't give to this connection. You're the one that wrecked stuff with me. We all know what happened, but I still thought we were supposed to be married. Like, she just lays it out there, man. Like, she says the good, the bad, the ugly, what her expectations are, what she felt about everything. This is somebody who, you know how they had somebody that was all full of drama, or like a whole gaggle of people in their life that were full of drama. She is so much the opposite. This is somebody who doesn't hold back on anything. This she has no filter. I'm kind of digging this queen because we don't often get a queen who's just like, yeah, this is a dumpster fire. You know it, I know it. Let's get married. Like, this is so funny to me. Knight of Cups. What are you bringing me? What present did you bring me? Like, I feel like part of them is absolutely delighted. They are delighted with who she is, the way she is. Somehow, instead of this being like, oh my God, this is so intense, they did her wrong, you know, how are they going to make it up to her? The way these two are, like, all of this is just strangely light and like not goofy, because it's real, but it's also, yeah, life freaking sucks sometimes. Drama people, like, you can't fix other people's drama. So are you back in my life right now because you're here to marry me? Because you better have a big freaking ring at this point. You know, like, she's just like straightforward, and they are delighted by this because it's so straightforward. It's so opposite of what they had known with the drama and the intrigue. And okay, so it's 2 of Cups and Justice. They both came out sideways. I wish that they could come out one direction or the other, because it would have made it really clear. As it is, these two have a bizarre, completely raw and real connection that is underscored with pain, frustration, hurt, but there is still love and passion here. It's like, I hate the fact that I still want you. I hate the fact that I'm so pissed off at you and I'm still madly in love with you. come here and give me some sugar. And then I'm probably going to shove you away also and say, don't touch me. You know, it's like, this is so back and forth with their energy, because it's a Two of Cups that could be set right with the Justice in the reverse. Like, you better be here to do right by me, and you better be devoted to me for the rest of your life. You know, everything that you give me, it's me. It's always me. That's how this has to be. And they're like, you better believe it. That's what I'm here for. You will never see me get caught up in other people's drama again. The only drama I want is you and me. And it's like, well, it's going to be a while before I forgive you, but yes, we're going to get married. You know, it's like that vibe. Or it's, you know what? I've thought about it. No, I don't like the way you behaved. This isn't my Two of Cups. We're done. This sits somewhere in the middle. And on one hand, I said, well, there's not drama. On the other hand, there's not a guarantee of how this is going to go, because I think as real and raw as this queen is, the fact that time has passed, the fact that they didn't make the right choice when they should have, the fact that they didn't invest in, even talk to her when they should have, she's able to say everything her heart feels, which is, nothing is okay with us. Nothing. Six of Swords in the reverse. We are in the dumpster fire that you left us in. And you know it, and I know it. And I thought we were supposed to be married. And my higher self always believed that we were supposed to be together. And they're thrilled about this. But she may still follow it up with, but no, I'm not saying I will marry you at this point. I don't know how I feel about this at this point. Do I love you? Do I want you? Yes, I always wanted you, needed you. But did you do me so dirty, so wrong, that I'm not sure that I'm going to forgive you? So I'm not sure that I'm going to be with you. That she might be just really open about it. Even if I still love you and want you, I don't know that I think that you're the one for me anymore. That's what this collection is. And that's why I say I wish that they'd been one way or the other so we could have gotten an exact answer. But instead, she's being honest about all of it. I don't know that I'll forgive you. Do I love you? Do I want you? Did I think you were supposed to be mine? Yes. But will I forgive you? I don't know. This might be too wrong, too messed up. I got to let my heart figure this one out. So it looks like, on one hand, they're thrilled and they were thinking that they had an in right into her heart. And she's saying, it's not so easy because I don't know if I can do this. Well, I can kind of understand that part too. Like, she's raw and real enough to say, I feel this way and I'm also so hurt and so angry still. What am I supposed to do with this? I don't know yet. The Chariot, the Four of Cups. They either are saying, do you want me to leave? And she's saying it'll feel like a missed opportunity if I let them leave. On the other hand, it's kind of like they need to be saying, I'm not going anywhere. I am going to 100% convince you that you should take a chance on me. We've got this is a tough one for me to interpret because I can't see how this goes. Oh, no. There it is. Sorry, I was like, if I can't find this card, I'm gonna be dead in the water because we got to know what that is. Okay, Knight of Coins says, this makes a lot more sense. Only time will tell. She's saying only time will tell if you even have what it takes to stick around. Are you really here because you're balanced, you're true, you're trustworthy, you're faithful, you're somebody who has every intention of really moving things forward? Or is this going to be the biggest mistake of my life? Only time will tell. There is no quick answer on this. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense why they were off, dealing with all this other drama to the exclusion of a relationship with the person they claim to have loved. But it's what happened, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if it makes sense. It's what the storyline was. So at this point, only time will tell. And they can't rush that because she's got to see if there's consistency in them or if there's somebody who just kind of tends to drift off and other things take, precedence, and then they start dealing with other things instead of a relationship. Like it's basically her saying, you might be just a waste of my time. And I don't know if that's all you are, because how is it that you weren't with me before? How is it that you let other things get in front of us? Let me ask that. How is it that they would have let something else get in the way of love? Ace of Cups. They're saying, well, everything that I did was always for love. So is it that they're saying those were people that I loved also? Or are they saying, I thought if I could settle that, then it would make our life easier. I did it because I loved you. Yeah, that's what they're arguing. We have an Empress upright. We have a 10 of Wands. We have a 10 of Swords. They are trying to argue that whatever drama they were involved in, engaged in, they're saying, I actually tried to deal with that and settle the drama stuff so that you and I wouldn't have it touch our lives, so that I could come and be entirely with you. Emperor, Empress, we could be married the way we should be, and we would not have to deal with any of that. I would have put an end to whatever the drama was. Everything would have been wrapped up and it never would have touched you. I didn't want my Empress to have this touching her. I did it because I did love you. That's why I dealt with the drama instead of trying to invest with you. I needed to clean up some things. So I don't know what the drama really was, other than it was multiple people. I'm guessing it was family drama and lies and all kinds of stuff. And they wanted that smoothed out, cleaned out. Maybe it was, business arguments, family business stuff, or whatever it was. They did not want it touching their Empress. So their argument is, I didn't avoid you because somehow the drama was more fun or more important. I was trying to settle things so that it didn't impact our lives. And in the end, I realized I just needed to walk away from that. It was never going to get better. Now I should have already invested with you. I should have just started a new leaf, walked away from it. I feel like they had to sacrifice something, walk away from something entirely. Maybe again, like a whole family group, family business. Maybe it's something that they had to like sever connections in order to have a successful relationship with her. But first they thought they could have smoothed it out. It could have been worked out. This is a weird, complicated thing because that still seems murky to me because I still don't get what that was. It was something significant, though, that they did not want touching her. So they are insisting that they did this for her because they loved her. She's not seeing it that way. Will she see it differently at any point in time? I mean, will that ring true to her? Is that, yes, 6 of Coins. Somehow, some way, as they connect and communicate about this, it will start to make sense to her. So however it is that they like show her what their life was, whatever they were dealing with, they let her see what the situation really was. Because this is equal give and take. This is them saying, it would have prohibited me from giving equally to you. This could have been about money stuff. Could have been that they still were involved in some kind of like, I don't know what the big squabble was, but if it was about, whatever, it was something they could walk away from once they figured out that it was never going to change. But I'm wondering if it had to do with like family business, family inheritance, things like that. And it was just a big old dirty mess. And in the end, they just surrendered it all and said, look, I'd rather be with you, but I can explain. You will understand what it is I'm talking about. The more you're around me, the more you get to see the situation that I walked away from. They will make it make sense to her in a way that she will be able to see what they were, why they did the things that they did. 4 of Swords, 6 of Cups in the reverse. She will come to, like, this will be healed, and she will actually see it as, I get it now. You were closing out a cycle with a group of soulmates. This is not something you're returning to. Okay, now I understand. It was a major chapter of their life. I mean, this person literally could be cut off from an entire family group after this. Whatever it is, they're not returning back to it. And I think that that was important for that to really be a closed chapter, a closed cycle for this person. This is a complicated storyline for sure. This was an odd one. But I do at least like the fact that it comes out in the wash in the end. Like, this makes sense. And the two of them, ultimately what happens with the two of them? Hold on. Before I say, oh, well, it looks like it's going to be okay. Let's ask. I'm going to stay with this deck one more time. We have a Queen of Cups in the reverse. I said, what happens with the two of them? Whoops. We have an ace of coins, and I don't really know how that landed. I'm holding it in the reverse right now because I dropped it a second time, and I think it spun itself around. But hold on, get one more. We have a page of swords in the reverse. There's no looking back from what I can see to the time where it was impossible for them to be together. From what I can see, there's no looking back. There's no opportunity. Eight of Swords, Strength card, Ace of Wands, the Sun in the reverse, though. To me, if they're not going to rehash any more of the past and what could have been and how things could have played out differently if they had made changes sooner, if that's what this is all about, it's going to take a lot of courage to not get stuck in thoughts of the past. There will still be some avenue of like, I'll never fully understand why they it's like she's saying, I would have handled it so differently than you. So I'll never fully get into your head and understand, because this is direction, this is clarity. I'll never fully have clarity as to why you didn't operate the way I would have. Why did it take you so long to walk away from it? But for this to move forward with us, she'll have to be the one who's really brave enough and strong enough to accept that there are aspects of this, the way this played out, that will never make sense to her. Why didn't they have a new beginning with her a long time ago? Why, there are things that she will not be able to solve or puzzle out. It's because she wouldn't have operated the way that they did. She and this person do operate in very different ways from what I can see here. Now I'm like choking, and I've got a tear about to come down my right eyeball because I'm about to choke on what I don't know. King of Cups. She is saying, like, but somehow now that you are here and you are all invested, it's like she's saying, I don't get how you could have such a one-track mind, but now your one-track mind is focused on loving me. So if that is, I'm going to accept that this is how you operate, that you are completely emotionally invested in me from this point forward. And they're not just a king, they're actually a god at this point, because this is Neptune, the Neptune, Poseidon, king or god of the sea. It's almost like she'll never wrap her head around how differently they operate from how she would operate. But at the same time, because they are so emotionally invested at this point with her, it's like she's accepting it. I don't know how else to say it. This isn't really a satisfying wrap up to me, because I'm not sure that strength card, it's her going to have to be strong enough to accept what she can never fully comprehend. She can understand parts of it, but not, she still wouldn't have handled it the way they did. Even though she can conceive of the situation that they were in, she still has questions about, like, but why would you operate that way? How do you operate that way? They're not the same as her. And that's the bottom line, right? No two people do things in the same way. In particular, they always say that, like, oftentimes people who come together into a union, they come with different skill sets, different perceptions. They operate in different ways, because it actually makes them stronger when they both are different kinds of problem solvers, or they think about the world in different ways. Maybe that's why this can work, but it does require her to be pretty, like, brave to accept, I would never have done it the way you did it. I still don't comprehend why you handled things the way you did. But at this point, they are so completely invested with her, to the point where now, to the exclusion of all else, all they want is this union. They want it to work. They are very loving. They're very emotionally attached. And remember, their argument was, I was always doing this for us. Always. Again, she's not satisfied with that, but she's accepting it. So I'm going to leave that one there, as strange a storyline as this one was. This took us all over the place, which is great. I like the stories that challenge me to have to comprehend things that I frankly don't fully understand about this storyline, but it's good for it to not necessarily be easy for me to find comprehension, because it challenges me to think more about the story and the characters and the motives and all those things. So I hope you guys enjoy it, as strange as these are sometimes. Julie, you sweetheart. Hi, Nina. Wonderful to see you. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Lots of love to everybody out there. I appreciate each and every one of you guys hanging out. Hi, Deborah. All right, you guys, have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to be going live and doing some free reads for my subscribers, and doing some giveaways as well, just to thank you guys for being amazing and being a part of my world. All right, bye for now. Lots of love to you also, Emily. Bye.